Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Solo Leveling, or more specifically talking about the new adaptation that's going to be coming out in 2023 of Solo Leveling into the anime form made by Studio A1 Pictures. I'm excited for this, but I want to talk on it because they've announced some changes, and I wanted to kind of break that down for you at the same time as discussing my own opinions about it, understanding obviously I'm quite disconnected from the topic at hand. If you like this type of content, this discussion type thing, please leave a comment down below telling me if you like it or not, and also please like and subscribe to the channel, it would be really appreciated. So let's get right into it. First, we're getting an adaptation of Solo Leveling into anime form. I mean, we've all been looking forward to this, kinda. Some of us more than others, but I'm excited. I think it's cool that more people are going to get the chance to see Solo Leveling and be brought into it. And that is the first thing that causes me the biggest issues with this adaptation. So if you haven't heard, Solo Leveling is going to be adapted into an anime, but they're going to be changing things about the storyline to adapt certain parts of the story to be more palatable by the Japanese public. So the nationality of the main character is going to be changed to Japanese, and the villainous protagonists, or the Japanese characters from the original story, are going to be changed to a fictional nation instead of it being the Japanese government, like Japanese representatives. So I don't originally have an issue with the fact that they're changing the villains of the story. I don't think that's that much of an issue, to be honest with you. But what I do have an issue is Solo Leveling is the biggest manhwa of all time, at least the one with the most Western appeal. And its opportunity to put manhwa on the map on the same level as a lot of manga is real with this A1 Pictures adaptation. And by making the character Japanese and removing the Koreanness from the story, we might be getting kind of a disservice to the whole medium of manhwa, because people won't necessarily think this is from something different than any other manga as they're reading it. And it won't bring the audience that is required to build up the manhwa world over to that Korean type of media, because it'll be so deeply associated with the Japanese culture of manga and anime that's already out there. So I think it's a shame, because I think it's an amazing chance to put some of the greatest artists and greatest storytellers on the map about this story that, honestly, as much as I won't say Solo Leveling is the best thing would ever created, it's definitely a fun read and watch. I'm sure it'll be a fun watch week to week. And it was the most hype I've ever felt for a series I've ever followed, other than Game of Thrones. So it's definitely something that makes me a little sad to hear that. And hearing the main character get called something different than Sung Jin-woo just feels weird. We have a preliminary name. I can't confirm that this is correct, but Shun seems to be the main character's, the protagonist's name. And I don't like it that we're getting a different name. It will always be Jinwoo to me, and it'll be the same for all those that have followed the manhwa over the years. So having this as a change kind of hurts, because it's not the typical change that you do in a series. I get the change of the Japanese being the villains and them not wanting to adapt it originally because of that being an issue, and them switching that part of the story. That's fine. But they did not have to make it as a Japanese story. It could have been done otherwise. I know there's a cultural background there. I know there's that context. But for that reason, I wish it had been a Korean studio that had done the adaptation and done it justice in representing that Koreanness in the story. That being said, if it's the chance to get a high quality anime with amazing visuals and good storytelling because they managed to get the right studio to do it, the cost is probably worth it, to be honest. Solo Leveling is a series with flaws. Character design is phenomenal. Fights are amazing, but storyline-wise, the story has terrible interconnectivity between the characters and very little character motivations for why they're doing things, which leads you to a really bittersweet feeling when the series ends and you can't find any real satisfaction to it. I'm kind of hoping the anime finds a little bit of a way to fix that over time, but that's something we'll have to wait to find out. Switching those villains over to a fictionalized country, I think, is the only solution they could have found to not just do a flip and make them Korean, because that would have just been, like, rude compared to the original. That being said, guys, I'm excited about Solo Leveling's adaptation. I think it's going to be good, and I think it's going to be something that the entire community is going to be rally around as a conversation. Not necessarily positively. We're going to complain like crazy about the adaptation, but I think it's going to be fun to have that conversation online week to week as the anime releases, and we're able to say, this thing is not what I wanted this and this. There's fights that I can't wait to see. The fight against Thomas, the first time he does Arise, all these things are going to be epic as hell when they do it, and I can't wait to be able to capture that with you guys as we watch it together, hopefully in the next year. With that, guys, I'm curious what you think about these changes to the story. I'm a little bittersweet about it. Again, I wish that we'd had more of a chance to put those Manhwa on the map through this the storyline, but hopefully they find a way to use it as a medium to really push Manhwa ahead, because I think so many people should be coming over to this medium to discover some great stories, amazing visuals, cool fights that are just not getting the love they deserve, because manga is everything in a large part of the world. With that, guys, have a great day.